Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to episode 35 of the International Pentagon Challenge. So, last episode we beat the Czech Republic 2-0. And I said I'd come back to the Slovenia game because it could potentially be an important game for us if we didn't beat Lithuania away from home, because obviously beating Slovenia, or the Czech Republic, sorry, left us with a 3-point advantage over the Czech Republic in second place within our group. But because we did beat Lithuania 5-1, it basically means that the only way, regardless of the result against Slovenia, so like we can lose against Slovenia and then the Czech Republic can beat whoever they're playing, who could be Lithuania. So the Czech Republic will probably beat Lithuania, and even if we lose to Slovenia, unless we lose by more than 10 goals, we're still going to finish top of the group. So this is going to be a bit of a laid-back episode just before we do actually, I guess, play in the World Cup. And, yeah, hopefully we'll have a bit of fun. Now, obviously, I'm not entirely sure whether or not we'll get any important games, like, after the Slovenia game, because, like, my schedule isn't done yet. We'll probably have some friendlies. So, in terms of the build-up to the World Cup, a part of me doesn't really want to play friendlies against countries who are also going to be in the World Cup because I don't want to give away tactics and stuff, but to be fair, it probably won't make that much of a difference. So what I will say is if there's a particular country you'd like me to try and schedule a friendly against for the next episode, do let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can fit it in. But obviously you don't always have full control over your schedule, because what will happen is once we qualify for the World Cup after this episode, it's going to basically add the World Cup fixtures in, which isn't too far off, to be honest. So what we'll also do at the end of the episode, providing I don't forget, is kind of go and take a look at some of the other continents and see who else has qualified for the World Cup. So we have a rough idea of obviously what the group stage might look like. So without further ado, let's play this game. Okay, so I accidentally skipped the page that shows our starting lineup and their starting lineup. But really, because we've not got much to lose and because we have suspensions in the form of John Stones, and because I didn't realise he could have got suspended, so I didn't bring in another centre-back other than Eric Dyer, who's tired from the last game. Great management by me, as always. We've got Ben Chilwell playing centre-back. I mean, it shouldn't be the end of the world, but obviously not an ideal candidate there. But we do have Josh Tymon who can come in at left back, which is really fine. Lewis Cook as the anchor man. Other than that, everything is pretty much standard. Could have gone with Jepsen at right mid, but he started against Lithuania, so I'll give Green a bit of a run around. And Rosenthal started up front against Lithuania, so Harry Kane comes in, who is our top goal scorer, right? With Slovenia being much more difficult opposition. Now, what I remember from Slovenia is even though we beat them 2-0 at Wembley, it's quite a tough game. That's why we're going with the standard approach. I would really like to top the group, not just on goal difference, but on points as well. So a draw will do me just fine. I don't want to, really go too offensive. And we know Slovenia like to play on the counter-attack with the wingers. So I will be telling Green and Rashford to man mark the wide players. But other than that, I don't really feel like we need to tweak anything beforehand. They play quite a similar counter-attacking play style to us. Our individual quality should, give us that small, slight advantage. But we can tweak as we go along, as always. So here we go. We're in Slovenia, not Slovakia. I do always mix them two nations up. But here we go. Let's just make sure it's on comprehensive first, because after we went about 3-0 up against Lithuania a few minutes ago off camera when I played the game, like, once I go 3-0 up, I can't be bothered watching the rest of the game on comprehensive, you know what I mean? The game's over and done with by that point. But yeah, we'll see how Slovenia opt to play. It probably is going to be that same emphasis on wingers getting balls into the box, defending narrow and deep like we saw from them the first time round, but sometimes that can kind of be a little bit more forward thinking when you are playing at home. So it is something we'll keep an eye on, undoubtedly, and then tweak as we go along. So we can already see Babic trying to make that run behind Timon. Might benefit maybe from dropping him to support, but it is still very, very early on in the game. We're playing with our standard mentality as well, so we're going to be really looking to try and hold on to the ball as much as we can, rather than try and be too direct and try and force the goal, which came very close there from Harry Kane. Because even a draw would leave us top of the group, and to be honest, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh god, this is this is what Slovenia do really well. I feel like we're wasteful from corners, but we've still scored a fair few from corners, so it's really, really difficult whether or not I want to kind of like readdress our current kind of corner-taking approach. Verbic is in, and, well, okay. That's a really nice goal from Slovenia, and 5 minutes in, we're already 1-0 down. Fortunately for us, it doesn't, you know, affect us too much. Let's make some changes, I guess. So we are going to go back to the attacking approach. I think we'd benefit from playing a little bit wider to try and counteract how narrow they're playing. We'll look to play out the defence as well, because we can, really. Especially with Ben Chilwell. He does slot quite nicely into the ball-playing defender role, because he is technically quite a solid player. And, oh, for God's sake, how's that not the equaliser there? Harry Kane, twice now. Should have equalised there. Real nice ball in from Green. That's what I meant when I said earlier on, that he does tend to kind of take his opposing player on a little bit more than someone like Jepsen does, and tends to cross the ball a little bit better in, even though his kind of favoured way of playing is out on the left as an inside forward. So Rashford, who's been phenomenal for us so far. Like, he's not a top goal scorer, but he has contributed a lot with goals scored for us. But I think he's got the top number of assists for us. So for a player like Marcus Rashford, it just goes to show not only how well he develops in the game, but just how much of an important player he is for us, or going to be for us at the 2026 World Cup. I just don't like conceding goals this England side, though. Because even though we beat teams like Lithuania, like 5-1 and whatnot, it's against teams like Slovenia and the Czech Republic, who I feel like, even though you look at our fixtures and we tend to score at least 2 goals against them, I still feel like we struggle not to break them down, but to take our chances up front. So we've seen 2 wasted from Harry Kane. Against Lithuania, Rosenthal got 2 goals, but the truth is, he could have had a hat-trick within something like 20 minutes, and he was just missing a lot of sitters. I think if by half-time, you know, if we're still 1-0 down, we might as well just throw Rosenthal on, you know, go a bit more direct, 2 up front, no need for the anchor man, especially given that Slovenia are playing only 1 up front, and really try and take the game to him. So Rashford, can he find Timon on the overlap? He instead gives the ball to Dele Alli, who finds Jones, and we recycle possession. It's a bit of a poor ball from Chidi. Again, it's all about breaking him down. It's a lovely pass from Dele Alli to find the run of Harry Kane. And it was well saved by the goalkeeper. Oh, for God's sake. Was that offside? He should have still really hit the back of the net from there. I need to solve this kind of Spurs crisis that we've got going on. Every time it's international duty, that'll be a corner. Every time it's international duty, both Dele Alli and Harry Kane just seem to be sulking all the time. Go and have a shot. Oh, God. Harry Kane, I think he was watching far too many Emil Heskey videos before this match. We could maybe benefit from being a little bit less direct. I have seen a lot of misplaced passes so far this game. A lot of them direct passes have been something we've kind of struggled to deal with, given how physical Slovenia have been. We might benefit a bit more from kind of playing with a slightly slower approach, keeping the ball on the floor. So that's what we'll probably look to change now. So we'll go to a shorter passing approach and just slow our tempo down a little bit more, as well as our width, to try and get the players a little bit more closer together. Jones to Ali. Slovenia tried to counter-attack, but Chilwell now, even though he's playing centre-back, is going to whip the ball in as if he's a full-back, and it's Marcus Rashford who heads home. Awesome stuff there from Ben Chilwell. Pretty impressive, really. You can tell he's a left-back by nature, and it was an even nicer header from the one, the only Marcus Rashford. Now, going into this World Cup, to be fully honest, I think we're currently ranked 6th in the world, so by no means am I expecting to go into this World Cup and win, but I think I've said it in a previous episode, I do feel like we've got what it takes to at least reach the quarterfinals. If we get kind of like a nice look of the draw, I guess, after the last 16 and an easy team in the quarterfinals, because that tends to happen a lot in FM. I think I was all eyes on the FM subreddit the other day, and Paraguay won the 2020-something World Cup or something like that, ridiculous on the game. So, yeah, if we get easy opposition like that, go on, and we get into the semi-finals, then I think, you know, we do well to get into the semi-finals. But the truth is, in the World Cup, if you reach the semi-finals, it's kind of like one of them things where it kind of just feels like you might as well take the gamble and try and go all the way, really. Should have really crossed to the back post there as well. Would have been Rashford in on goal. And quickly, there we go. Andre Green zooms off. That's why I love playing him. Harry Kane with the head, and it's over the bar. How many chances have we had today? That's just what I mean. It's just like our conversion ratio is just not high enough a lot of the time. Rashford's in. Harry Kane, and, well, off target. But, you know, it feels like that second goal is coming. It feels like that second goal is coming. A lot of dangerous attacks have involved Harry Kane. Dele Alli's had a good game as well. Going to calmly tell him I'm not happy with the performance. With regards to whether we want to make any changes, doesn't really feel like any are really necessary. But Josh Tymon is kind of a bit tired from the Lithuania game. So I'll sub on Short, who can play as... Well, why? He's a left back, isn't he? Oh, he's a left wing back. Okay, well, that backfired. Okay, we'll play him as a kind of wing back on attack. That's fine. I'm not sure that's actually the wisest decision, given the fact that we got Chilwell on that side of the pitch and the fact that Slovenia are playing with wingers. But it's a gamble I'm going to take for now. I'll move him back, though, and just play him as a fullback. I don't care if he can't play there. He'll be all right. He's got the right attributes for it, so he should fit the role relatively well. Don't want to make any more significant changes. Harry Kane could come off for Dean Rosenthal, but he's a little bit tired. I've also brought in Pete Dix into the side. Now, he's not exactly too much fit either. He plays for Newcastle. He's got 4 goals in 10 in the Premier League for him so far this season. He offers just something a little bit different to what Harry Kane and Rosenthal offer, in a sense that he's very, very, very fast. Not, you know, the tallest. I kind of compare him a bit more to a bit of a Michael Owen style striker, kind of a good old-fashioned poacher that will give you that extra bit of pace up front. So if we feel like... What the hell, that was a bit weird. So if we feel like we really need that, or if we feel like we want to go 2 up front, kind of similar to what we did against France when we made it 2-2 before they kind of got that last-minute winner, where we went, oh, good save. Oh, what a save, Oblak. Jesus Christ. But yeah, kind of like what we did when Harry Kane became a target man for us and we had Rashford playing up front with the pace, because we felt like it was something we could exploit, and it's something that worked really, really well. Just look at them recent events. Holy smokes. Come on, lads. Oh, the match stats say it all, really, don't they? Come on, is that Craig Short? Craig Short? Why am I saying Craig Short? He's not called Craig Short. Come on, we got to score from this, lad. No, 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 no. Oh! If that doesn't sum England up, I don't know what does. Oh, did so well to win the ball. And, oh, it was perfect. Why don't you just sweaty it across goal? To be fair, it looked like he tried sweating it across goal, but he was just far too late trying to sweaty it. Jesus. You know what? We need like a Jesus count on this International Pentagon Challenge after time. Oh, God. How disappointing was that? I thought that was going to be 2-1 then. It really should have been. Right, we can see a lot of red in these mini circles, both for us and Slovenia. So it's getting close, kind of like to the 65th minute, where fresh legs could really actually end up making the difference here. Jones out to Rashford, Dele Alli, Jones, two playmakers linking up, and that's why we play with a playmaker who has the vision to play a pass like that. Sam Jones, Man City's finest centre midfielder. Actually, well, no, he isn't, because he doesn't really start games for him. But if he would stop being such a... how can I say this? If he'd stop giving in for money and actually favour game time, he could become even better. But yeah, there we go. So, 65th minute. It's probably about time we make some changes. So what I am going to do is drop to a control mentality, drop our tempo a little bit, turn retain possession on, and reduce the creativity. We could do with some legs in midfield. I'd bring on another centre-back, to be honest. Yeah, okay, let's bring on Eric Dyer. He's definitely fresher than Michael Keane at the moment. And I think Dele Alli's had a good game. He's on a yellow card. The question is, do I trust him not to get sent off? Oof, that's a tough one, really. I'm not sure. Like, for me, Jones got that assist, so I don't know why he's not got a higher rating than 6.9. What I will do is put Jones in the advanced playmaker position and bring on David Helmy. He's not really played for us in a while. And like I said, we're basically already qualified, so we're not really putting too much on the line here by taking risks. And I think centre midfield is one of them positions where we do have a lot of depth, and it's great because it means players are always trying to force each other out the side. So that's something I'm always very, very happy about. Rashford will probably be the next player to come off. Okay, you stay on, Rashford. You stay on. You don't want to come off. That's completely fine. Fine with me, mate. Fine with me. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I mean, our substitutions didn't even kick in. It's unbelievable. I'm looking forward to seeing pre-World Cup who that kind of crucial player for us that gets injured is going to be, who can't then make the World Cup. I bet you it's going to be Harry Kane. Some wanker will go in two-footed on Harry Kane in the Premier League, and then it'll leave us like without Harry Kane for the World Cup. I can just see it coming. I think like the World Cup, England right now, for me, are going through a bit of a transition phase. We're starting to ease in the regens and starting to see experienced players like Harry Kane and somewhat, you know, Marcus Rashford slowly but surely start to phase out, or fade out rather. I think the Euros is going to be the big tournament for us, provided providing I'm still in the job, obviously, come post-World Cup. I think that's the real big tournament for us, not just... Oh, we've already made 3 subs, lol. Not just in context of the International Pentagon Challenge, where obviously we're trying to basically win every continent, then go on to kind of manage a team big enough to win the World Cup, even though you can argue England could be that team. But because I still don't think England really stand that much of a strong chance of winning the World Cup, regardless of whether it's under my management or with our current, you know, squad. I think, to be honest, the World Cup will probably end up going to France. Like, they develop so well in Football Manager. And obviously, you can never rule out the likes of Brazil, who always have quality regions, as you'd expect from a nation like Brazil. But yeah, the World Cup for us, I think, will be quite a steep learning curve. And then hopefully we'll take everything we've learnt from the World Cup into the Euros and see whether or not we can defeat Europe within that continent. And I have said this before, I'm honestly just going to keep managing England until I get the sack. If we accomplish Europe by managing England, happy days. If we get the sack, then the reputation boost we've gained should allow us to go manage someone like a South Korea, a Saudi Arabia, an Australia, someone like that. And we can maybe try and close off some of the smaller continents before maybe in the future either applying for the England job again or seeing... That was a poor save from Pickford. Or seeing if we can get something like the France job or the Germany job. And it kind of feels like at the start of this episode I was still complaining about us not taking our chances, yet we've still somehow managed to score 3 goals. Can't really put my finger on what it is as to why we miss so many chances. A lot of the time I just say it's down to inexperience, but then again when you see Harry Kane missing the sitters that he was, makes you wonder, is it really Harry Kane? You know, it's not really down to inexperience when you're talking about Harry Kane, is it? Go on, Andre, finish it off. Oh, God. That was brilliant by Green. It was, except the finish. So, not really brilliant overall. But there we go. I think the Czech Republic were 2-0 up against Lithuania the last time it dropped as a cheeky update. And, yeah, I think we can actually check whether or not we are top of the group. And there it is, guys. That win against the Czech Republic really was massive. If we'd lost, then, yeah, that would have been catastrophic for our World Cup qualification. You do have to give credit where it's due to the Czech Republic, doing better than Wales. Even though you can argue the Czech Republic are a better footballing nation than Wales. And Wales haven't really become that much of a solid footballing nation until recently, and with the likes of Gareth Bale and whatnot. But the fact that they almost matched us on points, and we had, like, other than our 1-1 draw against the Czech Republic, we had a flawless qualification. Like, we didn't lose a single game, and we only drew that single game against the Czech Republic. So for them to only finish 3 points behind us, I think their manager, even though he always slags me off in the press, I think it's meant to be a tactic or something, it does deserve a lot of credit. Alright, there we go. Full time, 3-1. Flawless, almost. World Cup qualification. And well done, everyone. Qualification in the bag. Happy days. Because it really would have been catastrophic if we hadn't qualified as England. I mean, if we'd finished second on like 25 points or 26 points, that would have still been a decent... Wales beat San Marino 10-0. Ben Woodburn on an absolute mad one. What's that? 6 goals for Ben Woodburn, and then Jared Bowen with a hat-trick as well. It's rating of 10, no surprise there. Unfortunately for Wales, it didn't really mean much. Just look at their match stats. But yeah, I feel like I was saying something. I can't exactly remember what. So, okay, that's interesting. So, we've played 10... They played 10, they played 10, but not all the groups have played even 9 games yet. So it's still all to play for in some of the other groups, so we won't be able to kind of pinpoint who's definitely qualified yet within this episode. What we can say for sure is that Poland have qualified and we have qualified. It's looking pretty set on that, yeah, France will qualify out of that group, even though there's a game to go. Italy will qualify from Group 4, no surprises there. Oh, Spain have qualified. Oh, so unlucky. Turkey. I think that one loss they probably had against Spain has actually ended up costing them. Yeah, they beat Spain 5-1. Turkey beat Spain 5-1. Oh, wait, no, it was Spain that beat Turkey 5-1. Oh, right, okay, my bad. So Spain beat Turkey 5-1, but Turkey beat Spain 3-1 earlier on. Wow. Oh, well, no wonder that group was so bloody close. Really unlucky Turkey. Portugal could still cock up Group 7, but it probably won't happen. Oh, actually, these groups have less teams in our group. That's probably why they've played less games. I'm talking absolute rubbish here. Anyway, I'm not going to go back and fix my mistakes. Scotland are about to qualify for the World Cup over Belgium. How amazing is that? Who's their manager? Derek McInnes. Is he Aberdeen boss in real life? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Unbelievable. Belgium aren't going to qualify for the World Cup. I mean, that's not that much of a surprise, but when you consider Scotland, the team qualified, that's going to be amazing if we get Scotland in our group at the World Cup. Bring it on. The Germans, I think, are going to be fine in Group 9. And Holland are back to winning ways as they qualify for the World Cup as well. It looks like definite qualification for them. So one thing we said we would do is go and look at the other continents. So I'm not sure if we can actually just type in World Cup and if it shows us who's qualified. Okay, so I think this is it here. So I'm not sure if this is all the teams that have qualified. I can't really be bothered counting them, but Canada have qualified automatically because they're the hosting nation. So in a way, I kind of hope we get Canada in our group. Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and Chile are the teams to qualify from South America. Korea, Japan, China, Saudi Arabia have qualified from Asia. So the United Arab Emirates must have missed out on it, obviously. Jamaica have qualified. in North America, along with Mexico and the USA. Europe-wise, we're talking Italy, Holland, Russia, Poland, Germany, France, Portugal, Spain, Scotland, and us. And Africa, we're talking Ivory Coast and Nigeria, along with Egypt, South Africa, and Tunisia. So it is going to be a really, really fun World Cup, I think. Argentina won the 2022 World Cup. That was probably with a certain Lionel Messi, who they probably don't have anymore. But it looks like the groups will be scheduled next month. So I guess you're just going to have to wait until the next episode to find out who we get in the FIFA World Cup. Or in fact, you know what? The next episode will be the World Cup group selection thing. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Remember to let me know in the comments down below if there's a specific nation you'd like me to maybe see if I can fit in a friendly against. Thanks for watching.